kind of combined the Tracee Ellis Ross thirst trap Instagram post with Kirk Franklin actually saying that black community and the black church shame women into marriage at a young age. Yeah, so we can start that from the beginning. Yeah, we ready to rock.
For Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson. Tracee Ellis Ross is getting some heat after the Shade Room posted a near topless picture of the actress, and some folks online seem to have a problem with it. They would accuse the 51-year-old of thirst trapping, even going as far as shaming her for not being married and having children. Now, on Monday, Kirk Franklin would make headlines after addressing what do
you consider a thirst trap?
Sexy pictures.
That cause what? That cause people to jump into your DMs and cause a stir and
trying to get attention.
Boosts up your status.
I don't know if it
as a sex symbol.
No, just because you put out thirst traps doesn't mean you're a sex symbol. It's just like get a little bit of quick attention. That's all. It doesn't.
Are there any legendary thirst traps? Pictures as far as women? I know that.
Oh, a Little Kim poster.
Little Kim posters are up there.
But what else could I think of? That's
the Super Bowl. Now that Taylor kind of whack at Super Bowl though. They didn't even know what that shit was on. And niggas wasn't used to no like nipple piercings and nothing like that. Right? It was like, what the fuck is that on her titty?
Yeah.
Let's go.
he calls the toxic belief that a woman shouldn't be single at the age of 30, 35, which is why he believes marriage has been weaponized in the Black community. Franklin would go on to say marriage often becomes an identity to some women. Well, that hasn't been a problem for Tracee Ellis Ross, as she often receives criticism for deciding to remain unmarried and childless. Today, we have our Comedy Hype analyst, Lab Love, and Marvin Hunter on the show to talk all about it. But first, let's take a look at this clip.
I believe that marriage has been weaponized in Western Christianity. Giving has been weaponized in Western Christianity. Sexuality has been weaponized. For example, any woman listening to this can attest in our
marriage, giving, and sexuality have been weaponized.
What? Marriage, giving?
Marriage, giving, and sexuality has been weaponized in Western Christianity.
What do you mean giving?
Giving money, tithing.
Okay.
That's what I take from it.
Okay.
Giving money, contributing, just earning. I mean, altogether, like money, but like giving to the, church and all that. That's what I took from it.
Okay. Okay.
Has been weaponized.
I think it's full of shit.
Okay, please go first.
Because marriage, giving, and what else?
Sexuality,
right? All right. He's catering to women so he can get the money and telling them they don't have to get married and they can still be sexual, right? So everything is for that dollar, right? He's catering to his audience, right? You get married so you don't live in sexual sin, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm following
so if you're not,
nigga, you preaching though.
If you're not, that shit, nigga, come on. If you're not, most people, if they're not married, and they're probably living in sexual sin, technically.
Cool.
And they're probably living in sexual sin, right? Mm-hmm. But they're not telling these women when they say you don't have to be married at a certain age or whatever, not to be sexually promiscuous. Mm. They don't frown on them for having sex out of wedlock and maybe sleeping with, huh?
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't. What does he say in that clip, in that interview? He's saying it's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, he's saying that, but I feel like he's like a radical almost. Like he's framing himself as the religion.
Well, he speaks for the Christian community.
He's a Christian radical to me. Like that's that's the way
You think he's a radical?
Yeah, because
I don't think he's any different than Jake's. I don't think he's any different than any other the big
really?
preachers, pastors,
I don't really follow
reverends.
their preaching, but or his either. But I know the core principles, and he's going against it. So
I think the majority.
if you're going against the core preachings, I consider you a radical.
Let's just say 70% of the Christian community is women, right?
I guess.
Let's say,
know that.
and I would
You
probably
said 60?
I would say 70.
70. Okay, fine. Okay.
Women.
Okay.
Right.
I'll give you that.
And probably out of those 70% of women,
Mhm.
maybe 50% of them are married. You can't shame these people, or they're not going to come back to the church. They're not going to tithe, right? So you tell them, yo, if you come here, you pray to God, you give you repent for your sins.
He's
it's all
catering
good.
to the base.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay,
because
that's interesting.
Yo, that's the thing. When it comes down to religion,
yeah,
the way you interpret something might be different than the way I interpret something. 100%. Because in this shit, he quoted something in the Bible or whatever, but everything is up for interpretation, right? You can make anything sound good,
yeah,
and that's the difference between a bad preacher, a good one, or a great preacher. Right. You understand what I'm saying? He can make anybody feel motivationally right, good, everything. When they leave that place of worship, they feel great about themselves.
Yeah,
right. Religion is supposed to be about discipline, right? It's supposed to tell you how to live your life righteous.
Scaffolding for morality. That's the way I describe it.
If you're really giving the word of God and you really by the letter,
right?
You're giving it by the letter.
Yeah.
A lot of the shit that people do, you wouldn't be able to do. They would feel shamed and they would never come back and they would never tithe.
Should religion evolve with the growing times?
No, none of this shit. All right. It's no way you can convince me that even that's the crazy shit about it, right? Even when it comes down to sex, marriage, whatever, right? Nothing has changed for the last probably 1,000 years, right? I think for the most part, no, I would say for the most part, somebody that is in a committed relationship is more sexually disciplined than somebody that's single. For the most part, I'm not saying that's across the board. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I think a lot of people that are married, yeah, they're having, most of the people that have sex with one person are in relationships, are married, right? Now you have people that are in relationships or married that cheat, but I think the majority of people that sleep with one person are in a relationship, long-term relationship, or they're married.
Okay.
But the way society is today, women can go to the place of worship and they could have a man preach to them and tell them like, yo, there's nothing wrong with what you're doing. But
do you think a woman, do you think most women need a whole face?
No.
To get that shit out their system?
No.
Do you feel like most men need a whole face to get that shit out their system? To sow their royal oats?
No.
You don't think
like
men
you saying you need to smoke some crack just to see how it is? Like, nah, you don't have to. You don't need it.
No, that's like saying no, because that analogy is wrong. Because it's like, because crack could be sex, right? So I'm just gonna smoke crack with one person. Because you're gonna smoke crack for the rest of your life. You're gonna have sex.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So nah, buddy. We ain't doing that, nigga.
You got me. Right? But you could have sex with one person and having an enjoyable life, I believe.
Well, it was always known that men need to sow their royal oats, or they have to have their bachelor phase to get shit out of their system. They have a bachelor party.
That's not all right. Are we talking religion? We just talking about society?
Well, we're talking about society into religion, because society and especially Christianity.
No, see, that's the problem. This is the whole problem we're talking about. You're trying to mesh the two.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
You can't be of the world and then be religious like that. Really. This is what they're doing today. Yeah. They're meshing the two to fit today's society.
Yeah.
Because again, if you're straight with it and you giving it by the letter is going to shame mad people, and they're not gonna come to
Let's
church.
keep it real. Christianity is the easiest religion
Why?
because there's no entry point. Like the entry point is just right there, and it's the laxest with the rules. Like you don't really have like strict rules, and
No.
it's kind of there. Like
No.
They
They do have the rules.
Well, like on
It's
Good Friday, you can't eat meat.
No.
Like there's really nothing really going on.
It's mad rules. It's mad rules. It's just the way the people that interpret it, the people that are supposed to be the prophets and the ones that everybody follows.
Yeah,
they interpret it in a such a way.
So Black China had a rebrand, and she called herself by her regular name. I don't even know her regular name. She went to Christianity, right? Brittany Renner had to one up her, so she went to Islam. You have to one up. Like Islam is a more, it is a more it is more strict than
absolutely it is.
It is. So that's the way the one up works.
Yeah, but it's based on the people that lead the pack in that field, the leaders in Christianity,
right?
Versus the leaders in Islam, right?
Right.
And that's the only difference, right? That it may seem like it is a stricter religion, but they both have pretty much the same rules in a sense when you think about it. Now, there might be a little bit more when it comes to women, pertaining to women, when it comes down to Islam.
Up and they got it,
And look at Brittany Renner. Look how she looks. Does she look as thirst trappish as she used to look in that garb? I didn't even know it was her. Right?
Salute to you.
And
I knew it was her.
You knew it was her?
Yeah, I seen her.
You was still like, damn, she
Nah,
fire?
not damn, she was fire, but I seen her.
All right. It took away all that sexuality, right?
For now. We'll see. You can't un-internet the internet. It's already out there.
No. All I'm saying is that
it's a fly rebrand.
No.
Using religion for the rebrand is clever.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about how much physical, like how women display themselves physically, that feeds into dudes being on some thirst trap shit or wanting to sleep with them. Right?
Right.
When you look at her, she's not like.
Listen, I'm pretty sure that if she was standing in front of you, she walked past you, you'd probably still want to holler at it.
She has a cute face.
Good.
But it's a difference between.
It might just be the walk, my nigga. You just something turned things, you just can't hide it. Think about it, man.
Right.
We see
no. Listen. Like in
hey,
that thing that they be wearing, you can still see the yams a little bit.
Guys,
you watching Muslim porn or something like that. You can't see
Bronco. We live in New York. We live in New York State.
Yeah.
Every winter time, all we see is women fully covered up.
Come on now.
Okay.
And when a woman walks by with a big ass North Face on,
the apple bottom jeans.
It might not even be. Maybe some sweats. Maybe just you might still look at it.
If she's
and be
wearing,
like,
if she's wearing tight ass sweats.
No, not even.
Bro,
you've never seen a shorty in big sweatpants in a North Face and still looked at her and was like, yo, she's still banging. You can still tell.
You can say she's cute.
We got
you
X-ray
ain't gonna be
vision.
like, yo, she got a fat ass.
We got X-ray vision, dog.
Nah,
it's our superpower.
You can see some yams, some
you
sweats.
You can see anything, anywhere, anytime. You can tell if a woman is built bad or built nice, even if she got on bulky shit. It's just
all right.
It's like superpower.
So how do women hide their badly built bodies?
You can't
with surgery.
It's when I back. They wear big stuff.
Yeah,
they wear bigger clothes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Because it's not going to show. Yeah. If some of these chicks, like a chick that had a BBL,
so you telling me chicks don't get bagged in New York City?
That's not what I'm saying.
Snow on the ground.
I will promise you, right? You put Brittany Renner the way she used to look, right, in a room, and then you put her in her garb, she's gonna get less attention.
All right. Well,
you would agree? Would you agree or disagree?
Semantics, man.
Huh?
She'd be back.
Semantics.
Basically, what it all boils down to is the fact that women, they when it comes down to Christianity, they still allow women to present their sexuality.
Can you change who you really are? If you're an opportunist, if she knew that she growing up, niggas paid her attention, she had a decent body, the internet thing worked, she was photogenic, and she worked. Like, can you change who you are at the core of it? There you are. Is it just another? It's a rebrand, right? Because it's like, yo, hey, we're talking about her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And she could just go, and it's probably a dude with a bag funding it.
Maybe she
might
go to Dubai and get one of them dudes that, might be with a prince or some shit.
Next on the list.
Maybe she got converted for the bag. Maybe it's some dude from Dubai.
Now take her, drop her in the middle of a Dubai or one of those Muslim countries. She's gonna get hella attention. This might be double than on a normal day.
Why?
No,
because I'm telling you, certain things that you just can't hide. You can't
hide what? You
can't
hide your eyebrows.
Just the way she walk, it might just be like you can tell that there's something there.
Yo, they don't wear.
But you blind? You got blind all of a sudden?
They don't wear tight stuff, bro.
Not about that. Okay, nothing wears tight stuff there.
No, they do. They got some women that are of the world there. You watch Housewives of Dubai or whatever?
Absolutely not.
Okay. My wife watches it, and they got some worldly women that are not super garbed up, But go ahead. I'm sorry. Finish your point.
What does worldly mean?
They don't live by.
Polish?
No, they might they're not gonna wear the traditional garb that women wear there. They're gonna wear their designers. They're gonna wear regular tight shit, whatever. They're pretty much not gonna follow. They're not religious like that or heavily religious.
Let's go to Tracee Ellis Ross real quick. She 50 years old, and she's taking pictures, hiding her breasts, showing her waistline. Sometimes she shows her ass and all that. Like, not her whole ass, but she could be proud of her body. She probably eats well, works out, great looking lady for her age. Is it a little bit sad that she's doing that at her age?
No.
Okay. We're just fine with that.
Nope.
Right.
Perfectly fine with it.
You want to see it?
Well, because I know
we could want to see it and still feel bad for her.
The reason why is because I think we were lucky enough, or she was lucky enough to show many other layers of herself.
Right.
With it. You can, because none of us can sit here and say that that's her one trick pony thing. That's her call. That's why she's where she is. You can't say that.
No.
Right.
No.
So I believe, luckily for her, first of all, she comes from a lineage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did her part as far as her sitcom and things of that nature and her shows or whatever the case was. All of her shows, every show.
That show's been off for a while, though.
Every show that she's played, and she's a respectable kind of.
She was on Girlfriends. What else was she on?
Well, the Blackish.
Oh, she was on Black. Oh,
yeah.
She was the Mama Blackish, right.
She has some, movies.
She did her thing. Yeah.
Right.
I can't take that.
And none of them is she like assed out or whatever. She's always playing some kind of educated,
right,
kind of personality driven character.
Right.
So to go back, I think it's more of I worked hard on this. I did 100 crunches, man. I'm trying to,
come see this. As opposed to like
she lost some weight or something. Like she.
No, I'm saying
looked the
the same. Yeah, she looked the same.
I mean, like I worked
on transformation.
Halle
Berry do kind of the same thing. Halle Berry.
I'm not saying in regards of a transformation. I'm just saying I worked hard. I continuously work hard to maintain this. Then I might show it off a little something.
It's all worldly shit.
Well,
the same way a nigga would.
Tracee's not trying to be not worldly. She's not trying to portray something other.
Well, let's use our words a little bit. Like, all right.
The reason, can I say?
Yeah, sure.
The reason why I brought up worldly is because you got I
don't know what worldly mean, my nigga. I don't know what worldly mean. You saying worldly?
You got a guy that what is
worldly?
He's a minister, right? Minister Kirk